Hi, I'm back. Top 5 Wednesday, which means that myself and other people on the internet will list things that fit into a category about books for you. Because, I mean, who doesn't love a good list? I mean, Schindler definitely couldn't say no to a good list. Oh, that's bad. Can I be offensive on the internet? Is that allowed? I think that's allowed. So, anyways, this Top 5 Wednesday is the top 5 characters that frustrated you, or top 5 frustrating characters, or some sort of combination of those words that mean that general idea. So these are my 5. Let's do this. So the first one, unbelievably frustrating. Like, I yelled at this book so much. Gordon from Keep the Aspidistra Flying by George Orwell. Gordon essentially is really against capitalism. He had a really good job, decides that he doesn't want to be part of this capitalist system because it's horrible, and he hates rich people, and he hates money, and he hates all of that, so that he is going to live outside of the system. Great. But he then hates everything and everyone, and he's so miserable, and he just automatically thinks that everyone hates him because he's poor, and that everything's about money, and he can't have any relationships with people because he doesn't have money, and yet he doesn't do anything about it. And yet when he has friends who are talking about, oh, you know, this big uprising of communism and blah blah blah, communism future, he's like, no, I don't want to hear about it, communism is stupid. Like, what do you want, Gordon? What do you want? Worst. Having said all that, I really liked this book a lot. It was amazing. And I actually do, as frustrated as I was by Gordon, I did actually really like him. Just frustrating to read. Next, we have Jane Eyre from Jane Eyre. Sort of a similar, not really similar. Eyre frustrated me because I found her to be very confusing. Sometimes she would stand up for herself and put men in their place and stuff, and then other times she would just be so meek. And, you know, and even in times when she was in a relationship with Mr. Rochester, she still referred to him as, like, master and stuff, which was really frustrating. So she was just really inconsistent, I feel like, which was frustrating on my end rather than a character just being one way or the other. I guess in that way she is more like a real person, because I feel like people are inconsistent, but yeah. And then the other thing that, like, really frustrated me was how she would not go against her values because he was married, even though he explained the whole situation. And I feel like it was a fairly rational explanation, but yet no, she's gonna go and be homeless and not have anything to eat and almost die and leave the person that she loves because she doesn't feel like she can be with him because he's been married, and she just refuses to drop that set of values. When that's really frustrating to me, because I feel like values are supposed to be not ambiguous, because obviously you should stick to your value system, but you need to have some leeway. I feel like the world is not black and white, Jane, okay? The next person that frustrated me, I don't have a copy of the book because I read it in high school, but Romeo from Romeo and Juliet. What the fuck, bro? Okay, you knew her for a week, first of all. Second of all, you didn't want to wait like 6 hours before deciding to kill yourself? Really? It doesn't make any sense. You couldn't live 6 hours without a girl that you've known for less than, I think it was actually less than a week. I feel like it was like maybe like 5 days or something. Really? Just wait it out. Why? So frustrating. So frustrating. The fourth character that frustrated me a lot was Arto from Geek Love, just because he was a horrible person. He was selfish, he was cruel, he was manipulative, he was jealous, he was a bunch of bad things, really. But I feel like the reason I have read unlikable characters before, and I've liked them, so I don't think it was necessarily the fact that he was unlikable that made me frustrated with him. It was the fact that I expected more from him. I feel like he was written in such a way that he could have he could have been a good guy. Like, he had it in him. He had the ability to be a better person, and he just wasn't being that person because he was giving in to his jealousy and his insecurities and his narcissism. There was hope for him, and I feel like that's why he was frustrated. Yeah, stupid. And then the last one, I feel like it's not on the same level as the other four. Like, the other four, I feel very genuinely frustrated at, whereas this one is more, I just felt like I had to pick something else for the list. So it is Shane from Apathy and Other Small Victories by Paul Nealon? I just found him frustrating. Obviously, as the title would insinuate, he was very apathetic and just didn't care about anything, and his life was falling apart, and he just went, that's fine, whatever. And like there's just very small steps that he could have taken to correct things and make life so much easier for himself, and he just refused to do it because he didn't care. Yeah. What are you doing? Just, you know? I found him frustrating in that way. Again, nowhere near on the level of the other four, but still frustrating nonetheless. Get your shit together, Shane. So that's it. Those are the 5 characters that frustrated me the most. I feel like, as you can tell from this pile and what I said about them, they are books that I actually really liked, and most of the time they're characters that I actually really liked. But yeah, they just frustrated me. I really like when books make me get so attached to characters that I can become frustrated with them as if I know them personally. That is really an indication of really, really good writing and a really good book. So yeah, this is in no way me hating on these books, because I actually genuinely liked all 5 of these. Just stupid characters. So if you liked these characters, please let me know, or if there was other characters that frustrated you, let me know what those were and stuff, and I'm sure I'll see you soon.